معمر مستر دونكي مستر دونكي معمر دونكي ذباد معمر ذباد قذافي دونكي قذافي دونكي قذافي دونكي ومن توليتني من عزوت فلا جناح عليك ذلك أدنى أن تقر أعينهن ولا يحزن ويرضين.
Gaddafi.
I was still enjoying breakfast at the checkpoint when a young man called Hani arrived in his late model 8-cylinder Land Cruiser. Suspicious at first, he wanted to see my passport, although he could offer me no ID. Later he explained that I could have been photographing people for Gaddafi. As he drove me along the desert road to East Libya and Benghazi, he explained that not all was well with the revolution. Looters had taken many of the things left by foreign companies and were now taking them across the border into Egypt with the complicity of the new Libyan border guards. He looked into the back seat and said just the day before he had taken away 2 border guards who had opposed this. Hani did not want to be filmed, not for fear of reprisal, but because he said he was looking rough.
So please tell me again, Hani, why did you go, you live in Benghazi, but you've gone to Tobruk, to the border, to be precise, with Egypt. Why?
As I said before to you, that my business will stop with foreign companies. There is no business with foreign companies which left Libya before. So I wanted to do my duty right now. I went to Libyan borders and went to Egypt to import some food industries and some other things like potatoes, rice and sugar to not let the other wholesalers in Benghazi raise the cost rate of this food industry. It is my duty right now. I was on Tobruk yesterday because I felt very tired yesterday in Libyan borders because there was some troubles there. Some guys shoot with the Kalashnikov.
On the Egyptian-Libyan border,
No.
there was...
Yeah, in Libyan borders, on our Libyan side, not in Egypt. Some troops from Egypt, they called Dawlad Ali, and some other people from Libya. They stole a lot of materials, like these materials which used in electricity, like iron and zinc. They stole it and they will sell it in Egypt. I said this is wrong. But how can I force them or to let them leave these actions? I couldn't, because they have Kalashnikov and weapons. Yesterday they destroyed 2 gates in Libyan borders with my eyes. I was a witness with some people there. There is no good people now in Libyan borders. No godly people, which are already now in Libyan border, are thieves. Yes, you can call them thieves
Because they are allowing war looting materials.
They gave assistance to these troops to transport all of these materials. Copper, yes,
Okay.
that's right, copper. It's very expensive in Egypt. They will go to a small village and put these cables into a car or vehicle and pull it with their vehicle. They will make it like big roll, and transport it to Egypt. Do you know that on the first days of our revolution, some of these rebels stole a lot of trucks, vehicles belong to many companies here, big heavy equipments, and transport it all of these machines to Egypt. But I can't blame Libyan guys in this situation. I'm blaming Egyptian government. We have a very big confusion here. Many people have very big confusion. First, they thought that the revolution would be okay for all of Libyan people. But when we heard that a lot of bad things had done with some criminals, we rethink about this revolution again. We know well that our revolution had the good guys, we trust on all of them, but what about these criminals? A lot of prisons had destroyed by many people here in Benghazi, on Eastern Zone, and all of these criminals are now in the streets. They are damaged many useful things in Benghazi. Not only Al-Gaddafi pictures, it is not important, but I'm talking about many companies here.
Hani explains the consequences of nepotism and how Gaddafi ran down the state, including the armed forces.
Some of them can't write, can't type, can't use computer.
Illiterate.
Yeah, how? Oh my God, how you can believe that a minister in our government can't use computer, can't write, can't use anything from technology these days. It is very disaster, very big disaster, because he didn't trust on Libyan military. You know that colonel in Libyan army, after his daily work in army from 7, such as from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 in the evening, he will go and get his taxi to get some money to depends it to his family. Do you believe that? Do you believe that a military guy will go with his taxi and look for some money? Come on, man, you are working with military, Libyan military here in Libya. Because he didn't trust in these people, he got a lot of African people, and he paid for them a lot of money by dollars, hard currency. Hello, everybody. My name is Hani Brara. I'm a Libyan citizen, lived in Benghazi, single man, 31 years old.
When Hani was young, he said he had believed in Gaddafi, like many of his generation, but later he could not ignore the fate of 4 of his friends, imprisoned for criticizing Gaddafi. It was their rights, and those in similar situations, that Benghazi lawyer, Fatih Tabo, tried to defend before being detained himself, and it was his detention that sparked the uprising in Benghazi.
And you know, I have 4 friends, I can't tell you their names. They put them in prison more than 12 years because they say no to Al-Gaddafi. And they're young guys. When we were going to our school, primary school and secondary schools, they got a lot of my friends in prisons. Because of what? Because we don't like Al-Gaddafi. We hate Al-Gaddafi. A lot of them put in prisons in Libya, and after 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, they released them. And they give them some money to keep silent. Some of them accept because they need money, and some of them refuse. The men who refused this money from Gaddafi, they go to the court and they ask some lawyers to represent them to get their rights from Gaddafi. Especially, I'm not talking about the free people who said no to Gaddafi. I'm talking also about the families of the prisoners who were killed in Abu Salim prison.
And what happened in court?
And what?
What happened in the court when they went there?
Yeah, they got someone called Fathi Tarbal. He is a lawyer, and they asked him to get their rights from Gaddafi. Before, in the first days of this revolution, Libyan government, which belonged to Gaddafi, seized this lawyer, who called Fathi Tarbal, 3 times in the first of this revolution. The people who asked this lawyer Fathi Tarbal to get the rights from Gaddafi knew that Libyan government put this lawyer in the prison. They got outside of their homes and they asked the Libyan government with very big numbers of people to ask Fathi Tarbal to come again to get their rights from Gaddafi. This is the beginning. This is the start of our revolution.
And that was in Benghazi.
Yes, in Benghazi, in Maidan al-Shajara.
I remember. Yeah.
The 3 square. Maidan al-Shajara. Yeah, I was there. This is the first the beginning.